If you see who this is, if you tell me who this is, I'll buy a 45.
Okay, just one. I know this song. Do I get one guess or a couple?
I'll give you 3.
Sublime.
Nope. Closer than I thought. Makes me nervous.
Slipknot.
You got farther.
Oh, I got one more guess.
For some 45s, baby.
Yeah. Here we go. This was one of those songs I would sing all the words to, and all the words would be wrong. It's not Sublime, so it's not from California.
I don't think they are. Let's see.
What's the name of the song?
They are from California.
They're from Long Beach, aren't they?
Not Long Beach.
They're from Anaheim.
No, I think it's further north. I've never heard of this city.
Tell me the city.
The song is called Brain Stew.
Oh, Brain Stew. It's it was Nirvana.
Oh, close. It's Green Day.
Oh, man.
I felt pretty confident about it. Yeah, I was sweating it when he said Sublime.
Wake me up when September ends.
Where's East Bay?
I assume it's east of the Bay, east of the San Francisco Bay.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
All right, and welcome back to episode 113 of the OK Podcast, powered by the Strength Co. We are in the Strength Co. right now. Well, I say we, I mean the royal we, me and my buddy. And we are recording episode 113 over the internet, as people do these days. Today's date is June the 9th in the year of our Lord 2026. The price of Bitcoin is $61,385.28. Some people would say buy the dip. Some people would say you already missed the falling knife. I don't know. Some people say that no one really understands Bitcoin. And my reply to you know what my reply to that is?
What's that?
No one really understands their wives. That doesn't mean they don't love them. Okay, so that is how that's how Bitcoin works. So if you love your wife, then you probably love Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is still pumping. We're still up about 20K since the start of the show, 113 episodes ago. We can't put it into weeks. Someone else asked me this week, Grant, do you think you'll just keep the podcast going? I said, you say that like there's been times that I've been off from the podcast. The only time I've been off from the podcast was when my buddy was floating the South China Sea. Anyway, I digress. Episode 113, Mr. Jeff Buege, major type, is currently definitely most likely for sure, most definitely in a drilling status. We haven't heard from him in weeks. We've been sending him radio checks. We haven't heard anything from him. We did get proof of life. We got proof of life today. Yeah. Today. Yeah, we got proof of life today.
Yeah. I was worried.
We got proof of life today. Mr. Jeff Biggie is indeed alive. Also, we are live on X right now. If you're live on X, you'll see, if you're watching on X, maybe it's Wednesday and you need your OK podcast fix and you can't wait until Friday. And God forbid you go back and listen to 112 old episodes. You're like, I want to know what's happening right now. You can watch it live on X. And if you watch it live on X, you get the bloopers. PJ fixes a lot in post. There was just a blooper right now. If you're listening to it on Spotify, Overcast, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, because we're on all the platforms, you missed that. So you might want to go back on X, and those happen throughout the show. We intentionally place bloopers throughout the show so that the listeners and the viewers on X get the real deal. In any event, Mr. Jeff Biggie, drilling status. He is in 29 Stumps, California, shooting artillery, preparing for whatever the nation may need for him. And we think he'll be back next week. We do know that he is alive. That is the most we know. But I'm joined today in studio by Robert Gottlich III, often referred to as Tress or Trey. And Trey is coming to us from Toledo, Texas. That's got to exist.
There's got, yeah. Toledo.
This is where Jeff usually fact finds and then tells us about it.
No.
No Toledo?
I don't think so.
Wow. There's not even Toledo County. Nothing.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, it is like on the border of Louisiana.
Just the old.
What you doing down there, boy?
What you doing down there in the bayou?
Toledo, boy.
Toledo, boy. But Robert Trey Gottlich III, father of three under three. That's what he's always said. He's got 3 under 3. He's wearing a Toledo Mud Hens hat. Thank you to Troy Campbell Sr. Did we unveil those on the show?
Yes, because remember, I did not have mine.
That's right. And then
I was left out.
Yeah, and now I have another package that I was supposed to open today, and I forgot it. Look at that. Remember when I told you tonight I'd be on time? Mm-hmm. Should have never said that. I thought last week we had Adam Yale. I recorded from the gym because my buddy's getting ready to go to the Naval War College, so his life's a little disaggregated right now. He's got stuff everywhere. Everything's getting packed up. And so I just left all the podcast gear in here. Man, you would have thought when I came in tonight that I had never seen a computer. Like, I could not figure out how to get this thing set up. I blame Jeff. I'll always blame Jeff. I always have blamed Jeff, and I'll never stop blaming him. But we got Robert Gottlich III here. There's no guest. So if you come for the guest, leave. If you come for organized chaos, which is what we have when Jeff's here, leave. It is me and Robert Trey Gottlich III tonight, and we're just going to let it rip. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun items. I got to get clued in on this Texas Tech thing. We'll get to that. But first of all, let me tell you, this podcast is brought to you by BW Tax. BW Tax, great guy, better at taxes. He's a Citadel grad, but he hails from the Northeast. He's done hurling. He's done curling. He plays rugby. He's dialed into the World Cup right now. He's mostly dialed into, your taxes and saving you your own money and keeping it out of the hands of the government. BWTaxLLC.com. Remember, it's never too early to start next year's taxes. This podcast is also brought to you by Green Gridiron Green. You got a helmet there as a prop?
You know what?
Look at that. Look at that. It's a U.S. Border Patrol helmet. It's black. It has a visor on it. Trey's out of frame when he shows this because he doesn't want to get deported by the Border Patrol. Trey, we think you're safe. But Mr. Helmet, Green Gridiron Green. It's that time of year. It's when June's here. When the Shrenko launches the 250th American July 4th shirt, then July 4th is almost here. Which means that that college football is almost here, which means that you probably need a helmet. You probably need to be working on your man cave or woman cave. Maybe you're a woman that likes college football and lives in a cave, and you got to get the helmets out. You got to get them set up. Now's the time. Click the link below. Use code OK. I don't think it'll do anything, but it'd be fun for you to just type it in there anyway or put it in as a comment. But click the link in the show notes. Go over to Green Gridiron, or as we call him, Mr. Helmet, and buy yourself a football helmet.
82 days to
82 days until college football
kickoff.
Oh man, my lights are going to be on and off. I forgot about that last week. 82 days till college football. But let's see. I'm going to pull up Outlying Stations, and then I'm going to kick it over to the 3 Alpha.
3 Alpha, okay.
3 Alpha. Let's get into the staff brief.
Gentlemen, I just want to say good evening. This is a 3 Alpha. Again, filling in for the 3 out in the field. He asked me to be the RBE to kind of fill in, do the staff brief. So let's go ahead and kick this off, make it short and sweet.
Hey, real quick, team. Trash Six here. You're probably wondering why I got troops in the field and I'm not there. I had some important meetings that kept me from being in the field. Had to check on some dumpsters. When you get to 05 Command, there's a lot of hidden moving items that people don't know about. But I'm gonna be out there with troops tomorrow, pushing chow, feeding chow, and securing trash. Go ahead, 3 Alpha.
You write that down, sir. Okay, out tomorrow. Check.
That's good. Is that your platoon commander notebook?
Oh yes, sir. It's straight from TBS.
Okay, good. You got. How the Marines in your platoon? You got anybody from Ohio?
Yes, sir. You know it. It's pretty much all Ohioans. It's a lot of them. All right, sir. As I was saying, let's make this short, sweet, or long and painful, however we want to do it. We'll take it wherever way you want to do it. S1. You got anything for the group? 1. All right. S1. Are you on the field, S1? You here?
Hey, this is Trash 5. I also had to come in for some important meetings. Actually,
of course, sir. Yes, sir.
This meeting.
Yeah.
Numbers are good. I took care of it as X, so numbers are good. They're bumping.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Let's go to the Deuce. Deuce pretty much answered the questions that's on everybody's mind. 1, how are those drones? Are they on the field? And then
good. Is it evening or morning? Everyone keeps saying I haven't had noon chow. Does that mean it's still morning for me?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, wait, is this the Deuce?
Yes, the Deuce.
Oh, yeah. You bag of trash. Yeah.
Good morning, sir, sergeants, major, Cajun type, staff.
Go ahead, Deuce. We got to say down here, Deuce. What you got for me, Deuce?
Hey, this is Trash 5. Can we keep the sidebars to a minimum?
Oh, yes, sir.
Anyway, sir, I don't know why I'm calling you sir. You're my peer because you're the 3 Alpha, but I'll pretend to be briefing the Trash 6 and not you. Sir, the Strait of Hormuz is closed.
Good.
And is that good? Actually, I'm just here to provide information, not analysis. It's closed. It's going to remain closed. We're actually in war over there on the Strait of Hormuz. Things are getting shot down by drones, allegedly. We do have 19,000 new types of drones that we're playing with out in the field right now. And next week, I'll have a drone report for you. It actually won't be me. It'll be my corporal, Schmuckatelli type, because I'm going to A&S on Sunday. Nothing further for the group.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Going to 3, some FOPs that we got coming up. It's a lot of, I just wrote down trash for FOPs.
It is Trash 5. Real quick, 3 Alpha, good job. We might have some people that don't know what FOPs means. It's future operations for you non-military types. Go ahead, 3 Alpha.
Oh, yes. Pardon me, sir. Yeah. It's just, duh. FOPs. I just wrote down trash. And then for cops, current operations, I said almost trash. So it's just, if that makes any sense to you, sir, things now will be trash in the future. We just got to keep that in mind as we kind of push through operations. Outside of that, I don't have much going on. The 3 did not write anything down for me. I've just been my head down in McTim's, just making sure we're up to date on training, tying training to.
Hey, it's Trash 6. You telling me you can't brief unless a field grade officer writes you down notes?
That's correct, sir. Yeah.
Hey, sir, this is Trash 5. Let me provide some top cover here for the 3 Alpha. He's new in the seat. He's a good guy. He's actually from Ohio, sir. Should have lived with that. Go Mud Hens.
Go Mud Hens, baby.
What part of Ohio are you from there? 3 Alpha.
Sir, I'm part of you heard of Toledo?
Oh, all roads run through Toledo. All right,
we've always said that. We always will.
Kick it over to the 4.
Hey, 4. Can you go ahead and fill us in what we got going on, gentlemen? How you doing? This is the 4 here. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I told you this is gonna be a train wreck.
A train wreck.
Train wreck was going to be beautiful to watch. So we have phase mode coming down the pipe here in a couple years. We have been preparing for that. As far as the dumpsters go, I believe we are mostly online. I think last I checked, 8 out of 12 were online in the green. The rest are at first or second echelon maintenance. Not sure. I'll get back to you on that, sir. Outside of that, nothing further for the group. Back to you 3.
Hey, this is Trash 5. Great brief 4. Appreciate what you do. I also want to just annotate the 4's hard work, sir. 8 out of 12 dumpsters. We are the best battalion in all of Trash Division in terms of dumpster readiness. And I think it's a testament to our 4 and his synchronization with the 3 who's currently in the field and even with the help of the guy from Toledo, the 3 Alpha. So, sir, I just want to say maybe a name for them, sir. We can talk offline.
Real quick, this Sergeant Major here, real quick forward. Is it possible to get a dumpster just for me specifically and the sexy over here? Is that possible, sir?
This is Trash 5. Did you say for the sexy?
No, sir. I said the 6. Trash 6.
Are you
Trash 6?
Are you from the Bayou, Sergeant Major?
So I'm about as deep in the Bayou as the one goes, baby. Hey, yeah, so go Tiger.
It's the worst episode of all time. Hey, yeah, 4 and 5. 4. This is 5. Can you answer Sergeant Major's question?
Yeah, absolutely, Sergeant Major. We have a dumpster just for you in the 6. Yeah, we'll get that squared away. Thank you, sir.
This is the boy. This is the Gullah Sergeant Major. I replaced the other Cajun Sergeant Major, and this is the Gullah Sergeant Major. And for those that don't know, you see the Cajun Sergeant Major, he a French Creole type. Okay, he from the Bayou. Now, a lot of people see a Gullah and Cajun, and they think it's all the same. But the Gullah people, where I'm from, we got African roots. Okay, none of this French fries crap. Okay, we got African roots, and so I'm happy to check into Trash Battalion as the Gullah Sergeant Major because I thought Headquarters Marine Corps looked down at a battalion. They said 2 Cajun Sergeant Majors is too much, and they want to spread across like seasoning on potatoes, and so they booted him, and I'm here now. And anyway, I just wanted to talk out of turn because could I also get a dumpster because I'm making some frogmaw stew this weekend, and I need somewhere to put my shrimp peels.
Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major. Yeah, let me write that down for my notes here.
You could just call me the Gullah Sergeant Major.
Yeah, Gullah. Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and write that down. I get him a dumpster. Done. Okay. Yeah, you'll have that.
Wait a minute. This is Trash 5. 4, just something for you to think about. We had 8 out of 12 dumpsters operational, and we've just given 2 of them.
2 of them are gone. Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Okay.
2 are gone.
They're not down. They're just in use. So you might want to think about resource allocation, and I'll get with you offline for.
I'm going to go ahead and take it just half of that 8. We might need just half of those. 4 of those for our crawfish boil.
Hey, this is the Gullah Sergeant Major. You can give me a deadline dumpster as long as it still takes trash. It can be deadline.
Open and close. That's all I need.
Oh my goodness, Jeff, we're doing it for you. All right, let's get into the 6 and then get to Outlying Stations.
All right, 6. Do you got anything? This is 6. Nothing for the group, sir. All comms are good.
Good brief.
All right, let's go to Outlying Stations.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got Mike Kelly. Rumor has it Sergeant Major is giving out leave for those who volunteer to police call all the trash after the crawfish boil. Gold Tigers almond.
Just a second. It's actually it's just another 3 days on top of the week of leave. It's not another full week.
This is the Gullah Sergeant Major. He gonna be making crawfish. I'm gonna be making frogmaw stew, and we're gonna see whose food you like better. And whoever likes it better gets to give away more leave. Yes, sir. Oh man, let's see what else we got here. We got Chaplain.
Chaps, what you got?
Chaplain checking in. I wanted to give an update on the devotional tracker. We had a lot of Marines reach out and ask for assistance on some of the terminology used. One of the terms was substitutionary atonement. I know that is a lot, but it can simply be explained here. He made him who knew no sin to be sin on our behalf, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him. 2 Corinthians 5:21 in ASB 1995. In terms we can understand, Jesus Christ stepped in and picked up the trash for our area that we left behind. Not only that, but he accepted the counseling, extra duty, and wrath from Trash 6 that rightfully belong to us, nothing for the group. I'd also put it further that Jesus Christ came down from heaven as a sinless man, and he looks forward at all the trash that would be left, and he died for those. Or, I mean, he picked up their trash too. So he was looking back and looking forward. But thank you, Chaplain. Let's see. Kitchen 6. The 2026 World Cup brought millions of international visitors to the United States. Spain is experiencing Chattanooga, Tennessee. Argentina is experiencing Auburn, Alabama. Germans are eating Waffle House. Brits are still complaining. The World Cup has been amazing and it hasn't even started yet. Okay, that's good. That's it for Outlying Stations. We're a little light. Hang on. Honeybee, which looks like a dog, put in a tennis ball. And Colorado checking in, all secure in Sector 7. So
love it.
Yeah, we got him.
I got one from I sent Massonomics a message.
Oh yeah, what'd they say back?
It's they post some video. They posted this video right here.
I haven't seen that one, but I'm Instagram.
Okay. And I sent a message. I go, hey, saw some good hoses in there.
Uh-oh.
He said, can smell a hose from a mile away.
Hose cups. We need hose cups. I'm over here drinking out of porcelain cups. That's why we call it staff brief. Let's see. Before we kick it in no particular order, because Jeff's not here to organize a slide deck, I'm wearing the Strength Co. 250 Years of American Freedom t-shirt. Okay, don't worry about that thing behind me just yet. But as you can see, Strength Co. front left chest, like you've come to know and love, and the basic tee and the squat tee. Simple. You know, we're not asking you to billboard. We're just asking you to be a clean, professional advertisement and to enjoy some American-made cotton or a 50-50 blend, as is the 250 Years of America shirt right here. You got an eagle holding a Strength Co. 45, 1776, 2026, 250 on the sleeve, 50-50 blend t-shirt. Now, on my left, if you're not watching YouTube, you're really missing out. This is a tank top. Had some tank top blanks that I've been wanting to know what to do with. I said, if there's ever a time to print on a tank top, we're not big tank top peoples at the Strength Co. Not that we have anything against tank tops, but it's just we generally sell t-shirts or long sleeve t-shirts or sweatshirts, but tank tops that we don't make a lot of. So there's a very small run of these. They're not on the website. They're in the gym for gym members to buy. But if you're an OK Podcast listener and you want a Strength Co. limited edition 250 same design t-shirt, well, DM the OK Podcast. There's not many. They come in smalls, mediums, and extra larges, and that's all they come in. So maybe it's a good gift for your girlfriend, for your Cajun wife, or whoever you may be shopping for at the time. But the America 250 shirt, I shipped about 45 of them. That number's always in my head. About 45 of them today, I'd say. It is a limited run. They are going fast. We haven't even email blasted them yet. We've linked them out on X a little bit. We've linked them out on Instagram a little bit. And obviously when things popular in the store, people find them. But if you want the 250 America shirt, go over to www.thestrengthco.com. And it's the number one item on apparel right now for your purchase.
I need to get mine.
Yeah, you need to get yours. Make a note. Make a note. We haven't made a note in a while.
I know.
We've been majoring in
noteworthy.
We've been majoring in the minors way too long. Way too long.
Buy shirt. Note made. Okay.
Yeah, I made the shirt. Good. All right.
You need a slide deck? Are you driving?
Who's driving this thing?
I'll drive
okay,
this.
You drive. You're just going to read top to bottom, left to right. I already know.
No, part of me wants to get in. I had a lifting question.
Okay.
That's kind of it. And it's nothing. It's probably nothing. I won't even clip it. It's probably not going to be that good. Who knows? You never know.
Well, hey, I just recorded a bunch of videos last week, so we're not even dying for clips. We can just have real dialogue right now.
People just got tired of me asking you questions, probably.
Well, if you had a question about taxes, who would you call?
I'd call BW.
Okay. If you had a question about helmets, who would you call?
I call Mr. Helmet.
If you had a question about free leave, who would you call?
Oh, it's on me.
So if you had a question about lifting.
Oh, I call Grant, baby.
Call Grant, and we're on the phone. So here we go.
All right, let's do this. So I want you to go back, put yourself in the mindset of Grant pre-starting strength. When Grant was nice.
Oh, sorry. I was having a seizure. Seizure. Yeah, sorry. I had a seizure just now thinking about me before I knew about fives.
So it's back when you were just bro lifting. So what lift, the question is, what lift did you used to think was a great lift when you were younger? And since you've learned, like grew up more, got more knowledgeable, you realize was just a waste of time?
Yeah. Part of the problem with this question.
Go ahead, poke some holes in it.
Yeah, no, it's a straw man. Okay, it's a straw man argument. You're making a straw man argument at me right now, Trey. Okay, all right. I'm here for open dialogue, and
they call me Mr. Fallacy, baby.
Yeah. Okay. No, in one sense, I don't know that I'm qualified to answer it. I have lifted my whole life, but I found starting strength pretty early. So I guess what I'd say is I lifted YMCA as a high schooler and even younger. So my brother's in high school. My brother Jordan, he's 5 years older than me. So he's, 16, I'm 11. And like we're going to the YMCA and I'm like bench pressing. I'm doing leg extensions, which we know now is a really good movement. I'm doing some machine work, but like I'm a kid, right? And I'm doing that 13, 14, 15. Then when I got to the gym, when I got to college after my freshman year, I wanted to get big. That was like, I want to get big. Yeah, the lights are off and I'm definitely home. And it seems like way too much work for this motion sensor to come on. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that like 5 more times this show. I got to set this thing up differently next week. And there's no like override.
You need just like
tape on it.
You need like a Home Alone setup. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay. It's I need Jeff here.
Yeah. I get the idea though. There's like a kid. He's home by himself because his mom lost the plane ticket. And there's like 2 bad guys trying to come into his house. And then Donald Trump shows up and he booby traps everywhere. Yeah.
Like you combined Home Alone 1 and 2, but like you could essentially
I've seen like it's been on TV and I've like watched a lot of it, but I've never sat and watched it start to finish.
Home Alone 3 is the best one, but yeah.
Wait, is there a third?
There is a third.
Oh, I thought that was just when you and Abby went to dinner and left your kids at home. Home Alone, 3 of them.
3 of them. Oh,
Zing. No.
So
okay.
So what kind of lifting were you doing in college?
So in college, I got to. Yeah. Well, no. Freshman year, I'm doing Citadel required PT, and then my sophomore year, I lifted with a guy named Wade Coleman. And we would go to the gym. We did a lot of bench press, a lot of incline press, did a lot of upright rows, a lot of cable crossovers, a lot of tricep push downs. And I mean, I don't know that I would say any of that is a waste of time. I think it is a waste of time compared to if you just did the big barbell lifts, right? Like Ripeto's got a big thing that's been, it's like probably 10 years old. But, now all the modern people, I mentioned to you in the pre-show, most of the listeners don't know about the pre-show. It's not the Massnomics pre-show. It's just where I untangle my brain for 10 minutes before we start the show. And, but I mentioned you should react to it. And you're like, what are you talking about? But a lot of the popular videos now are a clip is played while someone watches it, someone with, quote, authority watches it, and then the clip ends, and then the person either like says why it's on point or why it's stupid.
Gotcha.
So there's a clip of Ripito that Brett Contreras, which I forget what his brand's called. Maybe it's just Contreras. He coaches a lot of females into like, booty lifting, is what I call it. And he has them squat and stuff, but he has them do hip thrusts and stuff that, he's a good marketer. At any event, Ripito will say, when people ask about lifts, like if you take your deadlift from 135 to 495, you got bigger. That's just how it works. you got bigger and you got stronger. You don't go from a 135 deadlift to a 495 deadlift without getting bigger. And he says stuff like that. And so I think my point in all the lifts that I used to do before I knew anything was like, I don't know that they were necessarily a waste of time, but it's just like, oh, what would have been a way more useful use of time would be just to like go in and squat, press, bench, and deadlift. Now, with that said, for those that are going to shame me and say he doesn't even look like he lifts and all that, one, that's true. Two, I could be doing a lot more if I was lifting for aesthetics. Like if I was like really trying to like get huge biceps or bigger traps, like I could lift a lot more. I'm not lifting for aesthetics. I'm lifting for usefulness and survival.
Yeah. And so I guess the question was phrased in the sense, like it was a little bit tongue in cheek, but it was more of like, when you're younger, it's more vanity lifting versus now it's just
I wouldn't do a bunch of upright rows. I probably wouldn't do anything with the cable crossovers, right? Like I feel like we spent so much time on the cable machine. We did so many. We did, what are they called? Sevens, where you bicep curl, bring it halfway up, halfway down, and then do the whole thing, and then you hand it to your buddy, and then he does it, and then you put that one down, you get a heavier one. I mean, I don't think all of that was wasted time. I just, now you just lift it with a different mindset.
It's a different, you're looking for a different reason.
Yeah.
No. Second question I have, a little bit more serious one though, is so I've seen, I guess the algorithm either on YouTube or whatever I'm watching is trying to get me to buy some creatine. So right now I don't take any creatine.
Yeah.
Are you a proponent as with creatine?
Yeah, but I don't.
Are you on that train? Say again.
I am a big proponent, but I don't take it.
You don't. Okay. So
if that answers, I did in my like early strength acquisition days. I did, but I also took like, Explode, Jack 3D. I took all the stuff. Let's see if this works so we can get a rhythm. I got to figure out what the spot is that's turning the light back on.
I hope Jordy clips this.
Here's what I'm going to stop turning it on, and this is just what you get, and you don't throw a fit. And PJ, you can fix it in post or not. I don't think anyone watches on YouTube anyway. If they do,
definitely here, no one's watching.
Yeah, if they do, they get a dark lit tonight.
Dark
or Darth. But Attila the Hun is coming for me, and I need to get my Jabba bean. And hey, play that song again. I just summarized Star Wars. There is Attila the Hutt, right?
Yeah, Attila the Hutt. Yeah. One of the great guy. Better taxes. Yeah.
Han shot first. I've always said that.
Hey, you have always said that.
I've always said that. Always said that. I remember someone in my gym explaining that to me one time, and I was just like, nerd. Let me answer. You're trying to ask me real questions, and I'm just being silly. I think creatine's useful. I think of all the supplements that exist, there's science behind it that it's good for you. I think it has like good brain health. Some people say it can like help naturally increase testosterone. It is essentially free, right? Like creatine monohydrate is so cheap. You kind of can't afford not to take it. I don't take it because of like money or I don't think it works. I just like don't want another tub in my kitchen that I have to like move around. I have taken it. There's been periods in my life where I took it very religiously, but no, I no longer. I'm not saying I'll never take it, but like I'm currently not taking it. I actually bought some deployed. I bought some at a port call in Australia. And so I took it for like maybe 2 months on while on ship. Okay. Yeah, Australian. Yeah, it's the good stuff. You can't get it here.
It's like Wagyu. Yeah, Australian Wagyu, baby. Australian creatine.
Oh, this light being off is driving me crazy. That didn't work. Hopefully that's not the shirt that's going to get shipped to you. Hang on. I'm going to stand up. It's not going to come on.
It's all right. I don't like. Did you take when you were trying to? Let's say you were doing your rounds to get ready for to try to hit a PR.
Yeah, I was taking it then. I mean, the idea is that it's making sure that your ATP levels are topped off. And I think I was taking 5 grams a day. There's a whole thing of creatine loading and then taking it before and after. I think it's good. I think people should take it. Particularly if you're just starting lifting, take creatine. It's not expensive. The longer I've taught this and watched it, right before we came on air, I had 12 people in the gym over the course of an hour and a half that I was coaching. And we got a video that launches. If you're watching this now, it's out. It comes out on Wednesday. So if you're watching this on Friday, it's already out. It's called I Want You to Do Starting Strength. And I basically talk about a class I just coached and all the different walks of life that people were in, right? And it's here's a pregnant mother. Here's a, father of 5 who's 40. Here's a father of 6 who's a former Marine. Here's a 65-year-old lady. Here's a 70-year-old lady, right? And I kind of go through to make the point that whatever your ailment is, whatever your excuse is, whether your excuse you don't have time because you have kids, or you don't have time because you work, or because you're pregnant, or because you're old, or because you have a torn rotator cuff, it's no, you need to come in and do it. And so my pitch to those type of people, which are the people that I mostly work with or get asked about, when they ask me about supplements, which I throw creatine in that bag, right? Supplement is first you got to build a habit of coming to the gym and coming to the gym 3 days, right? And then as you're coming to the gym for 3 days, you got to learn how to perform the lifts correctly. Okay. Then as you learn how to perform the lifts correctly, as you're coming to the gym for 3 days, you got to add weight each time. Then you have to learn how to grind. Then you have to learn how to not be a wuss, right? Then you have to learn how to make sure that you're sleeping. Then you have to learn how to make sure that you're eating. Then you have to make sure that you're resting an adequate amount between sets. And there's all of these behavioral and lifestyle things that you need to do first. And once all that's dialed in, if you're okay, I did everything you said, Grant, or whoever you're listening to, I'm coming to the gym 3 times a week. I'm adding 5 pounds each time. I added a light day when I became an intermediate. I did this kind of programming now, blah, 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 blah. My deadlift's at 385. I really want to hit 405. I'm sleeping 8 hours a night. I'm eating a tub of peanut butter a day. I'm doing all the things. Then I'd be yeah, take some creatine. Let's see if that pushes us over the edge, right? But generally, people want to supplement first. They want to say, how can I replace all the work I need to do? And this supplement looks really cool, so I'll just buy this supplement. Whereas in reality, the answer is the supplement's the last thing that you should add in. When I say last thing, it's also
after the peanut butter. Yeah.
After the peanut butter. People gotta, you can do all those things for a month. But I'm talking lifestyle, long term, not I'm going to get all into strength coach, starting strength for 6 months and then quit, right? I'm talking about, years, but no, I think it's useful. It definitely gets a lot of press these days. I remember taking creatine in high school. Maybe that's it. Maybe you got to take it when you're young and it, pays dividends. And there was a church member over and I was getting ready to go to the Y to bench with my buddy Kurt. And I'm taking creatine, and they looked at my dad. They're probably a decade older than my dad. I said, "Is he taking steroids?"
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I always. I'm he's on creatine, anabolic steroids.
And now everyone's on every peptide under the sun. It's I'm on this one, I'm on that one. I don't know. I don't think I know anyone anymore where you don't walk into their house and there's 17 syringes in their kitchen table.
Those high school kids grew up, man. They graduated to just peptides.
Yeah, they just grew up. That's what happens. Starts with creatine. It's
the gateway drug.
Gateway drug. That's what I was getting at. So that's why I don't take creatine, because if I took creatine, next thing you know, I'd be on Trimbolone and D-ball, and I'm not ready for that.
So you mentioned you shot some YouTube videos. What kind of anything good?
Yeah. So I shot 3. What I shoot? I shot I Want You to Do Starting Strength. I shot the starting strength, and then 2 basically on the novice program, which I've done before. But they're about 6 years old. So kind of some updates, clarified some things, but one just kind of on the novice, and then another one I called like the novice part 2 and 3. And I think people get really hung up when it gets to the point of, everyone knows ripito, squat, press, bench, deadlift, add 5, alternate the press and the bench press, whatever. But as soon as like the press starts to stall, I don't even like to say fail. People think fail like it's over, but as soon as that starts to like not success every time, or as soon as they stop deadlifting every time because it gets so heavy, people get really lost.
Yeah.
So I kind of shot some stuff to kind of clear that up a little bit. So I did that, and then I'm gonna shoot some more this week before I head up to Wisconsin.
Man, it's dude. Well, I'll be looking for them when they come out. Hopefully you tag some stuff I can buy in it. That's usually how I find out what I need to buy from the Strength Co.
That's usually, I think I pump some product more than I usually do, because I was in the gym. So I was just like grabbing products, being like, buy this. I think I have a bit in there where I'm standing in front of the t-shirts and I'm like, if you watch this and you never buy a t-shirt and you've never bought anything, go buy a t-shirt, some kind of bit like that. I don't remember exactly.
The last thing I'm
talk about going to Wisconsin. Oh yeah. Okay. And then remember,
last thing I'm lifting, and then we'll move on to the next stuff. So it's funny. So I remember I was doing overhead press a couple days back, and like, man, I just wasn't feeling it. Like I didn't get into a lot of, I don't know what it was. I just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling too good. And then I didn't get like my third set. I got like 4.
Yeah.
And then I just went up 5 pounds the next time. It was like the easiest thing. So I think what I do this last time as far as a lifting update.
Oh, wait. So you went up 5 pounds and you got them all?
Yeah, I got them all. Yeah, and it felt great.
You must have been pushing chow.
That's probably what it was, man. What was I at? 165?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
170?
3 sets of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did 275 last night on bench too. So yeah, everything's moving, man.
3 sets of 5 on that too?
Yeah.
All right. And are you doing 3 lifts a day right now, or are you?
No, it's still 1, man. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. That's great. I gotta do a video pretty soon on the Windler 531 program, because I've gotten asked about that by one of our gym members, Ray Toohey, faithful listener of the podcast. He was asking me about it, and that's a 1 lift a day program, and I have a lot of respect for that program and a lot of things I like about it. Mainly, I think it's too slow, but the 1 lift a day thing can be good. The only problem, I just don't like people going more than 7 days without squatting, which 531 does not say to do that. But I just, that's the only problem. The problem with 1 lift a day, or that can be a problem, is if you're 1 lift a day and then like you miss a few days, right? And then if you pick up, like let's say you squatted on Monday and benched on Tuesday, and then I don't know, your kid's got a fever and your wife got dysentery, and like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like you don't lift at all. And then like the natural reaction would be, okay, now I'm going to get back to the gym on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to press next or whatever it is. And whereas at that point I would probably combine something or maybe do something lighter, because I just don't like when people don't squat for a long time. It produces a bunch of problems in terms of soreness when they do get back to squatting, and just in terms of the movement pattern and stuff.
So yeah, usually I've been doing 6 days a week, 1 day off usually. And then, and it kind of gives you some flex, like, hey, I got busy tonight, I couldn't do it. So that kind of moves around. And then usually on the weekend, like on a Saturday or Sunday, I will do like 2 to 3, squat, bench press, deadlift.
Sure.
And so that's usually kind of how it works out. But so far, so good, man. But all right, enough of that.
Yeah, I'm headed to Wisconsin on Saturday. Going up to the Foundry. The way the flights work, it's actually, I was going to go on Sunday, but then I got to like do a bunch of connections. There's a direct flight on Saturday. So I'm going to go to Appleton, Wisconsin. So if you're listening to this and you live in Wisconsin, I'm about to land. So I'm going to go to Milwaukee on Saturday and Sunday. I think I'm going to go to a Massonomics Crew members gym on Sunday morning to lift. Big Connor will be with me. Then on Sunday with some of the folks that we work with out there, I'm going to a Brewers game. Excited about that. So we can talk sports. Never been to Brewers Stadium. Yeah. I'm going to go to Brewers game Sunday. And then Monday we'll be at the machine shop and the Coders. And then Tuesday I'll be at the Foundry. And this whole trip, for those that are asking, this is all about one, it's about just going to see all the folks we do a bunch of business with, but mostly about the 250 America 45 special edition plate. So we got some samples we're looking at. We got some tooling that's getting done. We got a couple other things that I actually don't want to share yet that I think could be really, really awesome. But I want to go out there and look at it in person before we kind of do it. So if you haven't signed up for the America 250 plate, you should go do that. That is for sure happening. You bet your sweet bippy. Like that is happening. Like I've made the tooling. That plate will happen. So go to the okpodcast.com. I haven't even put on the Strength Co website and marketed it to the public yet. I've just been doing some, what I call like local marketing, but like, the OK podcast, I've been on Massonomics podcast, I've been on X. And we're kind of harvesting emails to gauge the interest. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because when those demographics or populations respond, those demographics and populations tend to buy because they are like bigger fans, right? Or they're already customers most likely. Whereas when we email tens of thousands of people, it's like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm gonna throw my email in, right? And so you're trying to gauge on how many to make it a true limited run. So that's happening. So you can go to okpodcast.com, throw in your email there. But I'll be up in Wisconsin. I might hit 2 home gyms. I did a series when we moved from California to South Carolina where every gym I went to as we drove across the country, I call it Training Across America. I think there's like 7 videos. You can type in Training Across America and watch them. I think they're fun.
I've watched it, yeah.
Yeah, I went and lifted a gym. So I'm going to do 2 out there. I was literally looking at, all right, where should Connor and I lift in Milwaukee? Then I was like, what am I doing? And so I went to Gym Radar, poked around, and then went to the Massonomics Discord, and some guys were like, oh yeah, you can come lift to my house. I'm like, that'd be way more fun than going to LA, whatever nuts. So yeah, so it'd be a good trip. So
I just finished a book, and the guy wrote about, he mentioned the New Orleans Athletic Club. I'm like, oh, yeah, Grant went there.
I don't engage us on me. The New Orleans Athletic Club is, if you're ever in New Orleans,
the oldest gym.
I forget all the history. I learned it, but if you're ever in New Orleans, you're probably not thinking about working out, and you should be. You should probably get whatever Satan's putting in your mind and get it out of your mind and get to the gym. That is one of the coolest gyms I've ever been to, hands down. Like, it is so unique. It's like 4 floors. The pool looked awesome. It's like on the 3rd floor. It's old. There's a museum in it. Museum in it. Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. That was awesome, Jim.
I feel like, it's the oldest gym in America.
Or maybe oldest like fitness club or athletic club.
Yeah, let me see. One of the oldest athletic clubs in the United States. Okay.
And I think athletic club is like 3rd oldest is what they're about saying. Members don't just go to the gym.
1872.
Man,
that's crazy.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's you can get married there.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
Man, if I could do it again,
I should have done that again.
Get a Cajun, Sergeant Major.
I'm gonna go ahead and renew my vows there.
Yeah.
No, I'm jealous, man. Wisconsin. I've always wanted to go to Milwaukee, man. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Yeah,
I've been before. I haven't been to a Brewers game. Milwaukee's great. I love Wisconsin. Wisconsin people are great. They're like Americanized Canadians. And no one likes Canadians, but we like Americanized Canadians.
All right, enough about lifting. But no, that's exciting, man. Excited to see those plates look good. Shirts look good. So tell me about, you said, I know your buddy's got a move coming up. So I PCS'd once. So tell me, I feel like, I don't know if I did it right. I guess I did it one time, so it was right for me, but is there a good way to PCS?
So you PCS, this is a big part of the conversation. For those that are listening, permanent change of station, which means that we use it as a verb in the Marine Corps, which means you're getting moved by the Marine Corps to somewhere else. PCS
correct,
means permanent change of station, but we use it like basically saying like I moved from one station to another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Though we do use it like a PC. Yeah,
we do use it incorrectly. Yeah,
no,
you're right.
No, I'm not saying it's incorrectly. But I know like chaplain is pretty bought in on all the terminology, but there are some people that may not be. But to back that up, you PCS'd from Quantico to California.
Correct.
And I guess and then you got sent to Fort Sill.
Correct.
And so what you probably did practically, because you were a single guy and everything fit in your, what'd you drive
truck.
back then? Truck.
I had a truck, yeah.
You just drove everything to California, or maybe you stopped in Oklahoma and left some stuff and then went to California. That's what Jeff and I did. Jeff and I did it together. So we left Quantico, Virginia. He had his Jeep. He had Jeff, which he still has. I had a 1999 GMC Sonoma with a camper top. And we drove. Our plan was we had to be in California for 2 weeks for OJT before Fort Sill. So we drove to Fort Sill and we left our vehicles filled with all of our belongings. I also broke down in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and we had to change a fuel pump. And Jeff and I went to Graceland too. And we should tell that story when Jeff's on the pod.
Okay.
But anyway, we went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. We parked our cars on base and then we bought out of pocket plane tickets, flew to San Diego, then out of pocket rented a car. And then we stayed at Sharky's motel on base in Del Mar
for 2 weeks.
For the 2 weeks. And I remember the lieutenant colonel, when we were leaving, they were like, you paid for all this? And I was like, they're like, you could have PCS'd here. And it was like, yeah, you were ready to pay to get me to California, but then you weren't going to pay to get me to Fort Sill. Or if they were, they didn't articulate the two bright, new, shiny second lieutenants. So we applied logic, which you can never apply logic to the situation. We're like, we'll drive to Oklahoma. We'll leave our cars. We'll have to drive halfway across the country. We'll fly over there. The Marine Corps did get us in hotels for 2 weeks. So we'll just split a rental car. We'll just split a rental car and we'll work for 2 weeks. And then we'll fly back to Fort Sill. And then when Fort Sill's over, we'll we'll drive to California. And that's what we did. Mm-hmm. So that was a PCS. Did you do it like that?
No. So ours, I feel like it was
because you were only like a month after us or two.
It got delayed a little bit. And so I had to wait
government shutdown.
3 or 4 weeks. I remember the XO at TBS goes, hey, I can't legally tell you have to do this, but I don't have space for you here at TBS.
Oh,
so can you take leave? So I showed up to Fort Sill like 2 weeks in the hole and leave. And
that's perfect because your whole lieutenant time, you get shamed if you take one day. So
true.
You earned it all back and then sold 60 and still lost some probably.
It's true. But I remember that first Christmas, like I said duty Christmas and Christmas Eve because like I was in the hole. I couldn't take leave. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll bite the bullet and just do. Duty.
You know who else sat duty on Christmas?
Who?
General Mattis.
Oh, me and General Mattis.
Me and General Mattis. That could be the name of your book.
That is the name of my book.
Me and General Mattis. Narrated by occasions.
They call him the warrior monk. They call me the warrior. I haven't thought about it. Warrior chow guy.
Oh, we do got to talk about chow radar. Anyway, PCS. I dropped that in there, which is why you're bringing it up. So then I did, my time in Pendleton, a deployment, and then I PCA'd to Seal Beach, which means it's close enough that you don't rate a full move. We're going to give you like a stipend. Like I think basically the Marine Corps, we're just going to give you like $2,000. Go find a place to like live closer because Pendleton's, 60 miles from, look, I figured out the sweet spot for the light.
Look at that. Yeah.
From Seal Beach. I say all that to say, I do my tour at Seal Beach, 8 and some change. I get out and then I go into the reserves and then I learn all about reserve travel and all that stuff. And then I get, when I moved back to California from South Carolina to facilitate my deployment, that was out of my own pocket. The Marine Corps was ready to just deploy me from South Carolina. I moved back so my family would be closer to, my wife's family while I was gone.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. So anyway, so this thing comes up. My buddy's going to Naval War College. And I asked the warrant officer, like when my orders get written, I'm like, hey, like, how does this work? He's like, oh, just like your active duty days, sir. And I'm like, I PCS'd as a second lieutenant and like, I didn't own anything. I owned like a shotgun, a deer head, and like a blanket.
Oh,
and yeah. And he's like, just like that. So I had to do some digging to figure it out. And there's like all this stuff that you rate, but I will cliff note it. If any Marine, actually the seasoned Marines are probably laughing at me, but here was the funny part. The reason I dropped it in. I am a reservist, which is weird and breaks active duty people's minds. I am technically stationed in Fort Dix, New Jersey, but I am a South Carolina resident. But my home of record in the Marine Corps, where I currently reside, is Costa Mesa, California. So because I'm Costa Mesa, California, when you go in to build your move and like whatever the website from 1984 is, they assign you the moving office out of Pendleton. So then I call Pendleton and I'm like, hey, I'm flying. I'm electing to fly. I got a pregnant wife, a baby, 2 cats. I'm going to fly. So the Marine Corps is going to move all my household goods in a pod. They're going to pay to fly us. And I'm just going to pay out of pocket to ship my car pregnant wife, 2 cats, and a baby cross country doesn't sound fun to me. No. So it's like that's what we're going to do. So they send me the form to fill out to like request your flights. And it's like, you can pick San Diego or LAX. And it's a Word document. And it's not even like a Word document that you can fill out. You know those Word documents where you have to like highlight the underline thing? Yeah. And then select underline and then type. It's so antiquated. So I'm like filling this stupid thing out and I get to I get to San Diego or LAX and I just like delete that. And I just write like SNA John Wayne. And, I email the document in. And of course there's layers of government before this where they send me the document, but I can't download it because I work from, I access the government system remotely from like a civilian laptop. And when you do that, you can't download. So I call the lady. I'm like, hey, this is a civilian that sends me the document. I'm like, I can't download it. She's like, well, what's your personal email? I'm like, it's not going to work. SecWar shut that off like 3 months ago. You can't like email civilian accounts. She's like, oh no, I do that all the time. I'm like, okay, here's my personal email. She calls back like 30 minutes later. She's like, yeah, it keeps getting kicked back. I'm like, yeah, I told you it doesn't work. So it's just like, send me this like 1994 Word document over DOD safe. And I got to like go in there and download it. It's this whole process. I fill it out. I send it out. And then I get called, kid you not, from a PFC female type. I don't remember the name. She's like, hey, sir.
Started last week.
She's like, hey, sir, you filled out the document incorrectly. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks, PFC. I forgot the name. We'll call her Smith. Smith. What's incorrect about it? Well, sir, you're supposed to select LAX or San Diego because you're based in Pendleton. And I just like stopped because I'm thinking, do I even try to explain to this PFC that's working at DMO that I'm a reserve major, technically assigned to Fort Dix, New Jersey, but in a dwell period after activated and living in California, but I'm a South Carolina resident and I do rate travel from Costa Mesa to Newport Beach. And the only reason I'm on the phone with you is because when I submit the stupid government document thing it goes, oh, Pendleton DMO office is closed. Like, I'm like, it's not even worth it, right? And I just go, okay, you're just going to send to the travel agency, right? She goes, yes, sir, but you have to pick one. And I said, why don't you just submit it like it is? And she goes, well, sir, if I'm going to do that, then you have to sign a statement of understanding. I said, oh, so there is like an option here. She goes, yes, because they're going to book it from San Diego because that'll be cheaper. And then they're going to, anything that costs extra for you to fly out of the airport you want, you're going to have to pay. I said, okay, send me the statement of understanding. Of course, she sends it to me over email. I can't download it. I got to call the civilian lady, get it back into DOD safe, get the document. Dude, what could have been taking 10 minutes was like a 4-day process. And then they send it to the travel agency. You know what the travel agency does? Books it right from the airport I want, right to the airport I want, like the exact legs I wanted. And I'm just like, this is so governmenty.
There's a lot of good things the Marine Corps is good at. That's
not one of them.
That ain't one of them.
God bless that PhD, though. We appreciate her service.
You know what? She's just doing her job. Good Amen. For her. Amen. Oh, man.
Should we start the show?
Let's start the show, man. You want to talk some sports?
I do. I want to talk College World Series, really.
Dude, I have not been keeping up with it, so you're going to have to fill me in on what I've missed.
Okay, I'm not great. And this is actually, when we get to Texas Tech, I'm going to make a comment that I think you'll appreciate. Here's what I've been following. Mom went to Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill was a super regional host, and they were playing Southern Cal. So my mom likes to send me Chapel Hill gear. And she's like, it doubles as Citadel gear. I'm like, it doesn't. It says UNC and it has a goat on it, but sure. But I appreciate that she sends me shirts. So she sent me this nice polo. XL has like a little NC on there. And I've been following the super regionals because I'm really interested in what Oklahoma does. I know you don't care about Oklahoma, but Citadel hasn't made it in 16 years. Hadn't been to the World Series since 91. I'd love Oklahoma to win the College World Series and be like, oh man, it would make me really excited for next year, right? Like we were right there. We were on the doorstep. So that's why I'm tied in. So I've been following Oklahoma's super regional. And then my mom cares. So I've been following Chapel Hills and they're playing Southern Cal. So I wore that polo to church on Sunday thinking people would be like, oh, Trojans are playing. And like not a single comment.
No one
has an idea. Like that's how great California is. No one even's like sports. Why would I watch sports? Like just go to the beach. So Chapel Hill won in pretty cool fashion their final game. So when you're in the regionals, it's double elimination. It's like losers play losers, winners play winners, and losers again. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to super regionals, it's just like a best out of 3 deal. So it was a rubber game, 1-1. And Chapel Hill, I think, was down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. And they went to the bottom of the 9th, down by 1. And they scored 2 runs and walked it off. And beat Southern Cal. So, yeah, it was a really dramatic finish. But I think you got Texas. And then Connor's mom is a big sports fan, like way more than Connor is. Huge sports fan. She loves Texas. I know you hate Texas. I mean,
is she really?
Yeah. Is she from? She lived in Austin. I can't remember if she went to school. She may have gone to school. She spent a significant amount of time in Austin. She's like, she's got a, like,
she's earned her stripes.
Yeah, it's legit. It's legit. I've never gotten into those details, but she cares. And so we were at their house Sunday. His dad made us tri-tip, my post-deployment tri-tip. We've been trying to eat it for 6 months. We finally ate it. And the game was on. So then I saw they beat Oregon. But it's like Texas. Did I post in there? Who's in? I think I posted in there. Didn't I post a graphic?
If you did, yeah, you did.
No, maybe I didn't. Oh, no, I posted in the sports thread on Slack. If you're not on Slack. No, I didn't do it there either. Anyway, Oklahoma, Chapel Hill, Alabama, Texas. 8 teams. I can't remember them all, but yeah, no, I'm excited about it to watch. 1, because my mom's got a dog in the fight, and then 2, I'm just excited to see what Oklahoma does. Mainly because it would just fire me up. Because I bought, the Citadel won the Southern Conference, so I like the, I'm going to say Big 12 because in my mind, Texas A&M's Big 12. That's not a slight. It's just like when I grew up, they were Big 12. But if Texas A&M had like a RC Slocum 1999 Big 12 champions. Like that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's cool to me because it's like a moment in time, right? It's the 250 American Strength plate. It's like you could only get it then because nostalgic. Now it's gone. Yeah. So I got the Citadel, 2026 Southern Conference champions. And so I'm hoping, OU goes and does well because then I'll be fired up about next year.
They're essentially
they could be runners up.
They'd be runners up in
runners up. Yeah, that's the only way.
That's the way I look at it too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's college baseball. I think it starts Friday.
Okay.
I think first game's Friday.
I've been kind of casually keeping up with it. Dude, this NHL has been this NHL postseason has been nuts.
I watched really faithfully until the finals. Now it's what, 2-2? I watched. I
think it's 2-2.
Who came storming back the other day? The Golden Knights?
Dude, Carolina scored like 4 goals in 35 seconds.
Yeah, Yeah, that one's pretty good.
To tie it, and then they ended up winning, I think.
Yeah, it's 2-2. Yeah, it's 5.
It's been 2-2. Such a good series, man. Like I said, I should have been watching more of this.
And then you got Wemby in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was over.
Played in the Garden.
Dude, I love the way the Knicks actually are the only people that care about the finals or have cared. And I've tuned out. Once the Celtics lost, I'm like kind of tuned out. But yeah, I would love to see the Spurs come back and win.
It makes me do those. I saw something on the ticket prices of those Madison Square Garden tickets. Of like the nosebleeds were like above $1,000.
Dude, my brother and I, he's a Home Depot exec. He took me. I didn't take him, but we went to an NBA Finals game for the Celtics. And you know what it is? I think you'll understand this, and that's not to slight your intelligence, but I just mean I grew up in my dad's family of caring about city sports. Mm-hmm. Whereas like where I grew up, we cared about like football, college football, right? And there's like kind of two different things, right? So you have people, and so you take all of New England and they're all Boston fans and there's 18,000 seats in the Garden. And it's like, what? Like what? Like the hillbillies in South Carolina are putting 88,000 to Williams-Brice. And you're telling me all of these states over here, and like in South Carolina, you got another school to choose from, right? It could be Clemson, right? Or it could be whatever. So that's why the ticket price, I don't understand. I mean, I guess I understand why the arenas are so small because otherwise it wouldn't be fun to watch. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, the ticket prices actually make sense to me. I don't like them. But when you tell me Madison Square Garden costs that much, I'm like, of course it does. It's New York. Think how many people are there. And like, anyway.
I don't know. It just seems nuts. But no, I hope that goes. We'll see how that goes too. I hope Spurs can come back. I've been kind of low key following them as well. So
yeah. So it's 3-1 or it's 2-1?
2-1.
It's 2-1.
Next game's tomorrow.
It's the third win when it always gets all the stats just pumble.
Yeah. But all right, man. We got to talk about Texas Tech.
Okay, so let me tell you,
me up.
You got to get me on target. Okay.
Well, first,
hang on.
Okay.
I don't think you understand how far off target I am.
Okay, go.
I saw Judge intervenes, and the quarterback, I don't even know his name.
Sorsby
is allowed to play.
Correct.
And then I saw all these schools saying, fine, we're not going to play Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Texas Tech coach like coming to bat, but I have no idea what the infraction is, what the punishment was supposed to be, or if this guy was good. I'm aware that Texas Tech was good last year, but I don't actually know. Like, what did he do?
So it's, let's back up a little bit. Texas Tech has been making headlines all offseason, right? Actually, I would say since last year.
More than Lane Kiffin?
No, more, yeah, as much as Lane Kiffin, I would say. But, since they have like the big donors now, like they've been making a bunch of waves. And then this offseason, they've been making headlines because they challenged Texas to play, like they were going to buy out Texas's opponent and their first opponent so that they could play the first game of the season. So they've just been running their mouths all offseason, and they're slowly becoming the most hated college football team like in America. And then this kind of just like pushed it over the edge. So Brendan Sorsby was a transfer from Cincinnati.
Did he play last year for Texas Tech?
No, he's a transfer. Okay. He's a new transfer. So he got in trouble for gambling. He was gambling on like, I don't know, like anything that he could like find. Like it was like weird stuff that he was gambling on too. Like, cat races and turkey. Like it was just like weird stuff that
I'm still on board. Tell me the weird stuff.
I can't remember what it was.
I'm kidding. So I think what you meant is cockfights.
That's it. I don't know. That's the weird stuff that you can think of. That's what he was doing. So it was like a total of like 90.
For the listeners, that was a Gamecock reference in the South. People do cockfights. Anyway, continue. Just didn't want anyone to think I meant something. So
he ended up I think he ended up gambling like $90,000 total of just like of money, and then so he was gambling on sports, college sports to be included.
Ones that he was playing in.
I don't think he was playing in it, but you if you're an athlete, you can't gamble on any. It's like an NCAA rule. You can't gamble on anything.
So if I'm playing in the NCAA, I'm not playing devil's advocate. I just don't understand it. If I'm a college football player and I want to, I'm out of season and I want to go and gamble on, I don't know, DraftKings, whatever it is, on a Citadel women's volleyball match. That's illegal.
Yeah, you can't do that. So, for example, there's another.
That's like when you play
NCAA.
Okay.
So, like for example, there's another kid. That is true. It is free country, but not when you're getting a scholarship. But
okay. Should use Bitcoin.
You should have. But there was for example, there was another kid up in maybe Iowa. I think he was going to up in the Big Ten somewhere. He gambled like $100 on like a women's basketball game and got caught. And then he lost his scholarship and couldn't play anymore after that. Okay, this kid's betting.
Sorsby's betting tens of thousands of dollars.
Huge amounts on everything.
Gets caught.
And then from my understanding, he got caught and then the NCAA ruled, hey, you're ineligible to play. You're not allowed to play. So a local judge in the Lubbock area, who's also a Texas Tech grad.
Texas Tech.
I
feel like you're about to dig a hole right now on Texas.
Went to Texas Tech.
There's a reason you're wearing a Toledo hat right now.
That's it. Said, hey, he overturned it and said, hey, he's eligible to play for some bogus reason. And now it's like self-imposed. He's going to sit out the first 2 games as a punishment. He went to rehab, yada, yada, yada. But he's going to
rehab for gambling?
Yeah, they have gambling. Gamblers Anonymous.
Oh, GA.
GA, baby. So then he overturned it and he's like, hey, he can play 2026. And that is what kind of essentially really boiled down, simplified, is that's kind of what happened. Is that this judge, who's obviously a fan of Texas Tech, overruled it and now he can play in 2026.
So can these schools still pull out from playing?
Yeah, 100%. Athletic directors can, they're the ones who make the schedules. And so they can change it, do whatever they want to.
So then Texas Tech ends up playing who? Well, Texas Tech is what, Big 12?
They're Big 12, but man, and that's the thing is that
don't you have to mandatory play everyone in your conference?
Unless you boycott them, I guess you technically can.
I mean, that's a real, you can actually just be like, no, I don't want to play this team.
Yeah, you make your schedule. So yeah.
So if Texas Tech doesn't play enough teams in their conference to win, then they can't win, right?
That's what
their conference anyway.
It's kind of uncharted territory, man. I don't think anybody's ever done this before. But it's, it's kind of like the NCAA has like no power, right? And so like it's like egg on the face of anybody who's ever like done a self-imposed ban because they were afraid of the NCAA's ruling.
Man.
Now Texas is like, nah, we're good. We're just going to do whatever we want to do. So I don't know. It kind of just proved that the NCAA, something needs to change with the NCAA to where there's actually governing authority, because nothing's going on there. But it's absolutely nuts. Everything is going on at Texas Tech.
So they call them the Red Raiders.
Dude, I'll be curious kind of how that goes down, but nobody likes Texas Tech right now, which makes me pretty happy.
But you don't dislike them more than you dislike Texas.
Correct. But man, I remember when we played them.
Okay, let me real quick, Caden. Would you rather be Texas Tech or the Tigers?
Oh, Tigers. Oh,
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. My dislike for LSU is up there with, I would say, the short horns.
That's why we don't brought the Gullah Sergeant Major, just in case that Texas.
He's a Tulane fan.
Tulane.
He's a Green Wave guy.
You don't understand. We in the deep South. We in the Creole. We like coastal Carolina. We like the Citadel. The Gullah.
Yeah, I'm a real Southern Gentile. Yeah. Gentile man.
Man.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Let me see.
Let me ask you a question here. Let me drive for a second. Tell me about why kids being sick is so awesome. Well, wait, let me make sure we don't have any sports to wrap up. And I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either.
Yeah, I think we're good. Unless Hunter Biden's a sport, but I think we can move him around. Kids being sick. Why is it so awesome?
Dude.
Pause. This podcast is brought to you by BW Tax. BW Tax, great guy, better at taxes. Sometimes if you wonder, does the guy that I'm hiring to do my taxes really understand what my life is? I got a wife. I got kids at home. I got a business. I work for a business. BW Tax understands that. BW Tax, a father himself, on top of everything we tell you. He's got twin boys born on Insurrection Day. How could we forget? And a daughter. And so BW Tax understands the perils of being a parent and the loopholes that comes with government taxes. So give BW Tax a call. Just call him. You could email him, but just call him. I guarantee you he'll answer and say, BW Tax. And then you're just going to say, okay. And whether or not you hire the guy, you're going to have a fun 5-minute conversation. Also, true. Go buy an LSU helmet. All right, go ahead.
You're talking about kids being sick, dude. It's been, I think last 2 or 3 weeks, man. It's just been back to back, just craziness. Some Oregon Trail disease that they get from daycare. And it's just, they don't get it. It'd be nice of them if they all got it at the same time, but
That's not how that works.
No, dude, they're mean enough to just like get it one at a time. It's been so recently we've had hand, foot, mouth disease going around, each one individually. And it's
so hand, foot, and mouth disease, I'm aware that it's in the title. Children seem to get it, but is it like a rash on the hand, the foot, and the mouth? Is it like sores?
It's kind of like sores. So if they get it in their mouth, it's like sores, right?
Inside, so inside the mouth, not inside like outside their mouth. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what they have now. The twins have had it before, and it was like around like on their hands and on their feet. And that wasn't as much sores. It's kind of like chicken pox is what it kind of looks like. But dude, it's more annoying than anything, but it's, just puts a wrench. Like you're like, hey, I've these weeks scheduled out. I'm going to do this for work. And it just all goes down the drain.
Oh, dude. And I'm imagining like bedtime routines are ruined and sleeping routines are ruined.
Oh, dude. Have you heard them?
I haven't. Are they up right now?
Oh yeah, they're up there now. It's
Uh,
you know what? Hey, you only get to do it once, though, man. I guess you take the good with the bad.
Yeah, that's true. I try to remind. I think about that all the time. I think today's an example. And for the old hats that got 10-year-old kids and 12-year-old kids, you're all going to laugh at Grant with his 20-month-year-old trying to act like he's an expert. And I'm not at all, by any means at all. But it's like, today, my wife's been really wanting to get back in the gym. She's been getting back into the gym. I've always told her, we make the joke of, I've always said that, but I've literally have always said, like, I own my own business. Like, if you tell me you want to go to the gym at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, like, I'll make it happen. 99% of the time, man, this dang light, there it is. I was like, I'll make it happen, but like, you got to let me know. And so she's been lately real good. And she's like, hey, I want to go to the gym at 9 a.m. on Tuesday today. I was like, no problem. So I got up, 5:30. I went down to the beach, went for a run, and then I grinded on the laptop for however long. And then I got my daughter, and, I told Dee, I said, just take until like noon. I'm like, just like go to the gym, but like, go get a fun coffee, go to Target, like whatever it is, Home Depot, whatever you need to do. See, I threw that in for you there, brother. Whatever you need to do, like go do it. And like, I'm good. And I'm walking around and I'm at a park and it's like me and all the nannies and, the kids. And I think I bet there was probably 7 kids at that park. It was around 10 in the morning. And I was the only person that was a parent. And I just kind of observed that. And I'll say that as like a pat on my back, but I was just like, and then my phone started ringing. I started getting emails in. And for a second, Isabel's like playing in the sand. I started looking. I was like, you know what? Like, Diana's going to come home and I'm going to go to the office. I'm going to get to work. Like, I'm just going to, like, I really do only get to do this once, like I'm just going to, maybe I'll miss some huge call that could have been life-changing. I don't know. I feel like hanging out with my daughter is pretty life-changing.
I would say that's definitely, it's kind of like, I remember like everybody woke up and then like, I'm like, let's go grab the kids and like, we'll put them in bed. And so we were just all sleeping in this bed, like trying to get these babies to go to sleep. And it was like, and I just like looked over, I'm like, dude, this is never going to happen. Like after 2 years from now, like it won't be the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
I woke up dead tired the next morning, but I'm like, that was worth it. So
yeah, it's worth it. And obviously there's like things you have to do, right? And there's like jobs that people have that they like don't have, the luxury at 9 a.m. to go back and watch their kids. And like, I understand all that, but I just in terms of like the mindset of like, this is like, it's one and done. Like it's, once they shove, like that's it. So it's just like, all right, I was going to,
unless you decide to start all over and just have more than it's,
Well, but even then, it's like, no, I'm with you. I mean, we are starting all over, right? We're doing September, but it's like, it's still like this reality we're living in right now where it's like my wife is pregnant and I have one child.
Yeah.
Like this reality exists until September.
Yeah.
And then like, it's a whole different thing. And then it's, it's like and then it's like, well, now this one, like right now it's every day is a new word. And it's like pretty soon it's going to be, yelling at me in full sentences, So, I don't know. I try to keep the
try to keep that perspective. Yeah. No, I think it's useful. A good one, man.
Yeah. We've always said that. Now that perspective's tough to hold against tall grass.
Sometimes it really is. That's so true.
Speaking against tall grass. Can I tell you about my new trees?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that next.
Oh, well, you go ahead and ask me. And as a facilitator.
I heard word through the grapevine. Planting some little Johnny Appleseed over here. We planted some new trees.
This is the Gullah Sergeant Major. You thought I planted grapevines? No. Yeah, no, I got some new trees. So we leave in July to go to Newport, Rhode Island. If you guys haven't figured that out, my buddy is me. Spoiler alert. And so we got our home here in California and we're renting it out to a tenant. And it just dawned on me, it's California, so housing's tight. This is not Little House on the Prairie. This is not, Texas and a big ranch. Like if you live in Southern California near the beach, there's people all around. And so there's been some upgrades that we've wanted to make in terms of getting a little privacy. We were very blessed to have like a fairly large backyard for the area that we live in. We're not like Waco, Texas, on 25 acres. Yeah, no, but it's sizable. But there's some multiple story townhomes behind us that kind of look down in. And back in the day, there was a wooden fence, and I had built lattice on top of it, and I had a really nice bougainvillea plant, which is like a flowery vine that had done it, and it provided like a nice hedge. And the fence, the HOA gets to change the fence. So they changed the fence while I was deployed, and they didn't ask me about my bougainvillea. They just cut it all down, and the fence got out, and I got a brand new nice fence. And now the neighbors can see right in. And so it's been this light, man. There it is. It's been a little bit, it's been fine, but it's been like, man, I wish I had. And I got some sun sails up that provide some like protection from the house. But it's like if you're in the backyard with your baby, running around, you're like, it's kind of annoying. People can see it. So anyway, I planted some silver sheens. There's a technical word that starts with like a P. It's a California hybrid plant. It's a tree. And yeah, I got 4 of them. My backyard fence is about 20 feet wide. And so I planted them every 6 feet. And I'm really fired up about the trees. They look great. And then I'm mostly fired up that while I'm gone and I got someone living in my house, they're going to grow. And when I come back, they'll be ready.
Pittosporum.
That's it. Pittosporum. I was never going to try that as a homeschool kid.
Fast growing evergreen. Dude, that's a good looking tree, man.
It's a good looking tree.
How many did you end up getting?
I got 4 15-galloners. And so they just like crest the fence right now. Uh-huh. And I think, when we come back next June, I think they'll be, they won't be, one day they'll be doing everything I need them to do, but I think it'll be a lot better. I got those in there, and it looks good.
Dude, yeah, those look sharp, man.
Pittosporums, yeah.
That's what I need to get some. In our backyard, you can just see directly into the neighbors.
Can you? I've sat in your backyard. I'm trying to remember if
so I got a 6-foot fence, but it sits high, and then as the backyard kind of slants down, you can kind of see on the other side.
So you can see into them, or they can see into you?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just get a bunch of dirty looks when I'm naked out there.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's fine. Like I got nothing against those neighbors, but it's just like, sometimes
you want some sort of privacy.
Well, it's like I get my baby up in the morning. I make an espresso. I walk out there in my underwear with my shirt off, my kid's in their diaper. And it's like, I don't know that I want them looking at this, and they probably don't want to be looking at it, right? Like they probably like to see something different. Or if they like it, that bothers me even more.
Oh, geez.
So we got some pittosporums up.
Did you plant them yourself?
Nope. I bought the trees, and the reason I didn't, I had a guy come in and quote the whole thing. He was going to buy the trees, and I didn't like that. So I ended up going, I got an uncle out here in his late 60s, and he's like a plant guy. And he's an encyclopedia of plants. He would never go on a podcast. I wish he would. But he comes over to the house, and I told him my problem set, and he was like, okay, this is the kind of tree you want. So I'm like, okay. So then I said, this is the quote I got. He's like, no. Do not get the tree from the guy. You got to go look at the trees, and I'll go with you. And we got to go to this place. I'm like, well, why are we going to this place? He's like, because they lifetime guarantee the tree. I'm like, am I worried about the tree dying? He's like, no, but you never know. And this place is in Newport, and they're used to very finicky customers because a lot of people in Newport Beach, California are like super wealthy and super finicky. He's like, if you go and get them here. Anyway, so we went. I bought the trees, and it was a couple $100 less per tree than the guy had quoted me for. And the reason I ended up having the guy plant them was because I have turf in my backyard. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted like bend a board around where all the trees were, and then the turf matched back up. And like, I technically could do that, but like, I want that done pro. Yeah. And so,
TVM.
Yeah. So I sourced the trees, put the trees in Black Beauty, brought them to my backyard, put them right where I wanted them. I was there, felt a little demasculated that I didn't plant them myself, but I was at the gym while they were being planted. I came home, they were planting, the turf was all tuned up, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I paid for that.
Dude, yeah, I'm all about doing it. Like, hey, if I can pay somebody to do it, that's the side I'm on.
Well, and I would mess it up, right?
I'm taking my pride out of it.
Yeah. I would plant them at an angle, or I'd accidentally pour gasoline in a hole and kill it. Like I'd mess it up.
Well, potential sponsor, Newport Tree Company. I'm not sure what it's
Armstrong
called,
Gardens. I tried to get them from Home Depot, and this is actually a good tidbit. I'm always going to plug Home Depot because my brother's good to me. Tried to get them from Home Depot. They didn't have them. They had the what is it? Porous?
Pittosporum?
Yeah, I'll never be able to say that. They had them, but they had them in like 5 gallons. And what I wanted was to be cresting the fence right now, so over the next 12 months they could really go. And they didn't have them in that size. And then a couple other places I went before I got my uncle involved would have Pittosporum's a hybrid tree, which means, they use multiple plants to make it. But so people might have 4 15 gallons, but 2 would be a different kind of hybrid than the other 2. And I wanted them to all match.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went with the ones that I went with. But anyway, I sent my brother the photo, and I said, hey, just so you know, I tried to get these from Home Depot. And he just said, well, I sent a text to him and my dad. And my dad, when we were kids, and to this day, anytime you leave my dad's house, like if you went to my dad's house, I hope you do sometime, and you sat there with your 3 daughters and Abby, and you said, okay, Pastor Carl, like, thanks for lunch. Like, I got to leave. He'd say, let me pray for you real quick. And you, good Church of Christ guy, would say, yeah, of course. So he'd bring in, he'd put arms around as many of you as you could. And there'd be like a big huddle, like a football huddle. And he'd, say, Lord Jesus, and he'd pray a bunch of stuff. And then he would say, we pray a hedge of protection on this family. Hedge of protection. All the time. Hedge of protection. Hedge of protection. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 55,000 times. So I take a photo. I actually took a video of the trees, and I call my neighbor Karen. She's not Karen, but I call her Karen. But I say, I planted a hedge of protection against Karen. And, they're like, oh, those look great. And I said, Jordan, I tried to get them at Home Depot. And I said, but they didn't have them, blah, blah. And he just said, ye have not because ye ask not. That's that gullah in them. So anyway, so if you live near a Home Depot and you need 15-gallon trees, go try to special order from Home Depot. All right, I'm looking through. I think we got to shout out the chili cook-off due to last week's guest, Adam Yale.
Oh, 100%.
And then I think we got to cover the New Orleans ghost tours.
That's the other one I was going to say we got to bring up too. Yeah.
So chili cook-off, if you didn't listen to last week, episode 112, you probably did, because there's like 3 people that listen to this podcast, and you guys listen to all the episodes. So we appreciate that.
All 3 of them. We love you.
Adam Yale pitched the Tustin chili cook-off last week on the show. Was in the gym Saturday. He came in to lift in the class. There was another couple in here. He's talking about Tustin chili cook-off. That couple has a 2-year-old, and the wife is pregnant. And Diana was in here lifting, and we were like hot swapping. I was like grabbing Isabella, had finished coaching and was going to leave. Diana was going to lift. That couple was here. Adam's talking about Tustin chili cook-off. And the husband and wife of that family was like, are you guys going to go tomorrow? I'm like, well, we're going to church in the morning, and there's like nap time, but yeah, we're going to try to go. They're like, well, we're going to try and go too. So anyway, we all went, and we go Went to church 9 to 10:30. Left there. Touch Chili Cook-Off started at 11. Adam hooked it up with a parking spot at his apartment. Got there. Saw Adam actually. He's like, my wife only has a short amount of time. We're actually going to like walk really fast. I can tell you have a pregnant wife and a baby and are going to walk slow. So we're going to like book it over there, but we'll see you over there. I'm like, sounds good. Go to Touch Chili Cook-Off. Dude, it was huge.
Was it really?
So I guess I think he said this on the pod that it's I now have looked it up. It's the largest single day chili cook-off in America. It's the third largest chili cook-off in America, but it's some of the ones that are bigger are multi-day.
Okay.
But it was bananas. And we got there, and I have some critiques for the city of Tustin, like make it clear where to buy the tickets for the chili. You know, I need some signage going on. I'm a Marine. I need you to break it down. So we get in there.
So and good after action.
Yeah, we got the baby in the stroller, and there's a balloon from a church. And they're like, oh, your baby's adorable. I'm like, thanks. And she went on Jesus Loves You balloon. Of course, they give us the balloon. Like, what kind of chili you got? They're like, oh, we got green, whatever chili. I'm like, yeah, I want to try. They're like, where's your ticket? I'm like, ticket? They're like, yeah, you got to go buy tickets. I'm like, oh, sorry, pregnant wife, kid. Can I just like give you money? Not how this works. I'm like, okay. So I'm like walking down the street, trying to find the ticket place. I'm passing all these chilies that I want to try.
Just need Jordy to add that in post.
Man. If you're not watching on YouTube, you don't get it. The lights in the gym want to be off. Anyway, I finally find the ticket booth, get to the ticket booth, buy the tickets. And then, so we have a baby. Now it's nap time. And so Diana's like, got to keep the stroller moving to get the baby to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then our friends come from the gym, and then Adam's there with his wife. And they're like, let's stand in this line. Adam and his wife who don't have kids. I'm like, I can't really stand in that line. Got to keep the stroller moving. So we're moving around. So it ended up being, we only tried the chilies that had the shortest lines.
The worst ones, probably.
They were terrible. They were terrible. And there were some lines where it was like, dude, 4 city blocks. Like, but because when there's multiple toddlers, there's 2 pregnant women. Like, there's just like, no one's going to like just stand in the middle of the street, right? That just doesn't work.
Inefficient way to.
Yeah. So we tried the worst chilies. We did have 2 that were pretty good. But yeah, it was cool. It was, Adam was a great shout out. He was right in the muffin tin thing. He said, bring a muffin tin, remember? So you put it, that made sense once I got there. There was a lot of people that had muffin tins with like a rope around their necks. And I think it should have been a hose personally. I think a good product for us, Trey, would be a hose that comes around and it hooks into a muffin tin. And then there's 6 hoses at hose cups. And so it's just, the whole system's just hoses and you eat your chili from a hose. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was a great event. If you live in Southern California, as we say in the Marine Corps, I'd say it's a sustain. It was fun. And it was fun having my daughter there, but it's definitely lines and children generally aren't a good recipe.
See, I bet I could find some good chili hose in this.
Yeah, chili hose, man. Hose cup, we're working on it.
Some Curie Tech tubing. Yeah, it sounds fun, man. You can't go wrong on a chili cook-off. So I'm surprised when you goes, oh, it's huge. I'm like how big could it be? But it sounds like it was.
So in Greenville, South Carolina, there's a thing called Fall for Greenville. It's all in downtown. They block off the whole city streets. We live downtown. We live there. And, you know, every other street, there's a band, you know, stage and a concert going on, and there's food.
I feel like that's when we showed up. I feel like someone was going on like
maybe they were setting it up, or I don't know, but it's huge. It's huge and it's cool. This was, I don't know if it's bigger and I don't care to look, but in terms of what I thought like, oh, small little city in California, little chili cook-off, like go to church, this was not quaint. There was like car shows in the middle of it, concerts happening. It was, it was a big deal. Pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Well, good shout out. All right. I've been curious about when you posted Ghost Michael, New Orleans Ghost Tours. And I've been curious what this is about.
Yeah, so I may get outed here, but if I get outed, we'll end up getting him in as a guest in the pod. So I'm in the warehouse, whatever day I post that, doesn't matter. Phone rings and gym phone rings. So we use software for, phones. We have a phone app. And so it's like you can, a Strength Co website with meaning like you're buying plates and stuff. And there's a phone number for that. There's gym phone number. The gym phone number rings. And the guy's like, hey, I'm looking for online coaching. I said, oh, great. Well, tell me your background, blah, blah. Guy's 50. And so he's telling me, yeah, I'm familiar with Starting Strength. I've run the program before. I just want to know how my form is, blah, blah, blah. I said, there's a lot of ways I said, where are you located? And he goes, he doesn't say New Orleans. He says, Louisiana. And immediately I started thinking about the Cajun Sergeant Major. Like literally my brain just immediately went to the Cajun Sergeant Major. And that's how I knew we needed a Gallo Sergeant Major and I PCS that second one. And I said, okay. I said, he said, why do you ask? I said, well, as a starting strength coach and as just a coach of people, whenever I can put you in front of someone that I believe is solid, I always think that's 100x better than online. I was like, we provide a really good service online, but a good coach can fix in like an hour what would take me a week online in multiple sessions. And I was like, so I was asking where you were to know if there's someone I could refer you to that's not me. And he's like, oh, wow, I figured you just want to take my money. And I was like, well, I do want to take your money. I was like, but I want you to get strong. And like, that's my going in argument. I said, so here's my deal. Cause he wanted to do like video uploads. I said, the best thing we can do is a consult over Zoom where you lift in real time. I said, you go in to do your workout. I'm on Zoom. You're on Zoom. You got a tripod with your camera on it. And I watch you lift. And in between sets and during warm-ups, I'm going to be teaching you a bunch of stuff, talking to you, collecting data. And it's a $200 consult that I provide on my website. He said, oh, that sounds great. And I said, yeah. I said, it just kind of makes the most sense. I said, then I just kind of shoot people straight. Like, I said, sometimes I'll watch people and I'll say, hey, man, like we got to do one-on-ones. You're terrible at this. I said, and sometimes I watch people and I say, you need some help. You need a lot of program advice. You should do our online remote coaching where we upload videos and provide feedback and do your programming. I said, and sometimes I go, and this is most of the time, like, hey, brother, you're doing great. You just need like some validation once in a while. Just join our Slack channel for $29 a month. Post your squats and your deadlifts in the form checks, get feedback from 5 different starting strength coaches. When you got a programming question, when you miss a lift, post it in there. We'll tell you what to do. And I said, kind of most of the people, I end up just like sending the cheapest option because if they're self-taught and they've read the book and they've done anything, that's the way to go. And I said, but for anyone, whether I push them to the higher service of, video review and that sort of thing, or this $29 option, I always recommend we do one live in person. I was like, cause then we can watch bar speed, make sure. I said, I've found people that have leg length discrepancies that they had no idea that they've had. Right. And they can't figure out their hip pain. They've gone to 5 coaches and it's like, brother, your left leg is 2 inches shorter than your right. We need to shim your shoe or whatever the case is. And he goes, oh, that's great. I'm getting to the ghost tours. He goes, oh, that's great. And I said, so yeah, what do you do? He goes, well, I really want to do the Zoom consult. He goes, problem is I work nights. He's like, I'm in the, what did he call it? He said, I'm in the tourism industry and I work nights. And he's like, so a lot of times I go to work at like 8, 9 p.m. and I work till like 3 a.m. He goes, and sometimes I'll just like lift right after that. He goes, so I don't think we're ever going to be able to like make it work. And I just go, do you do ghost tours in Louisiana and New Orleans? And he goes, how did you know that? And I was like, I don't know. You said you live in Louisiana. You said you were in tourism. Like, you laid it out pretty quick. And so I said, well, why don't you
get detective work on your part?
I said, why don't you just buy the Slack channel, which, by the way, if you want to join the Slack channel, use code OK, save $10. So why don't you just buy the Slack channel? I said, it sounds like you already filmed your videos. Upload a bunch of videos. What do you have to lose for $30? If you find it worthless, just quit. If you like it, we'll help you out. And he goes, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So he's a Slack member now. This guy's a Slack member now. And he goes, oh, dude, thanks. He goes, you're like the YouTube Grant? I said, well, yeah, I just like to think of myself as Grant, but yeah, I'm also YouTube Grant. He said, that's awesome. I said, hey, have you ever done a podcast? And he goes, no, everyone tells me I should run a podcast. I'm just trying to think of the angle. I said, well, have you ever been on one? And he said, no. He goes, I mean, I know what they are. I'm 50. I'm not like old. I said, no, I'm not insulting you. I said, I run a podcast. He's like, your YouTube channel. I said, no. Like on top of that, I have a podcast. Yeah. And we really have an infatuation with New Orleans. And I would love to have you on as a guest.
That would be,
and he goes,
by far probably my favorite guest.
And he goes, oh, okay. And I said, you're already halfway there. You just said, okay. I said, look, I'm going to send you the website. One of two things is going to happen. You're either going to listen to a couple episodes and write me back and say, I want to be a guest, or you're going to quit the Slack channel and I'm never going to hear from you again. And so he's still a Slack member. He has not told me he wants to come on, but I'm gonna fix his squad up a little bit, and then I want to talk about New Orleans ghost stories.
I might honestly, if we have him on the podcast and I hit it off with him, me and him might just go start our own ghost tour podcast. Like that sounds super interesting.
He's been doing it a long time. He's a pro.
Oh, dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah. Should we bring this thing down for a landing?
Let's do it, man.
All right. I mean, we went 2 hours without Jeff.
That's, we're just like the Israelites lost in the desert, man. Hey. Just wondering.
It's not working. If you wonder what all that is, it's the lights in the gym. All right. Man, I think I just tore my rotator cuff.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
episode 1.
Oh, yeah. Technically, because you're waiting on 1,000.
I'm waiting on 1,000. 0113 of the... Oh, tree. Bingo.
Oh, sorry. Try again.
Yeah. 113 of the...
Okay.
Not the same without Jeff, but still pretty good.
Yeah, we could have done it together right there.
We could have.
Of the...
Should we do it again? Of 0113 of the...
Okay.
No, that was actually
Jeff.
Good.
It's not saying that, Jeff.
Okay, podcast. As always, like to thank our sponsors, Mr. BW Tax, good guy, better at taxes. It's always tax season. That is continuous. Give him a call, day or night. He will pick up, help you out, preferably working hours, but you get the point. What else? We hit on Mr. Helmet pretty good amount here, as we should. Football season, 82 days away. Well, it's coming quicker than you think. Get yourself your team helmet ASAP or a custom helmet. Grant sent me a board patrol. So it's in
Mr.
I'm going to put it in a
Helmet,
shadow box.
Mr. Helmet saying that, to be fair.
Okay. Via Grant, which that's how I am now getting all my mail is through Grant.
As one does.
But Mr. Helmet, good guy, better at helmets, big and small. He's got them all. Where do you get that? The link below. There's a link below that you can click, get yourself a helmet there. But while you're down there looking at them links, you will see another link for the Slack channel. Use code OK, get yourself a little discount there on the Slack channel. As Grant just mentioned, if you got a programming question, form question, you can look that up there. But we also talk about pretty much everything else. We laugh, life, love. We got it all there. So use code OK, get yourself a little discount. Love to see you on Slack. Good community, good people there. Let me see. Most importantly, go to www.theokpodcast.com. On there, you will see the 50 cal challenge.
Oh, we got to talk about that. We're at 67 submissions on the OK podcast 50 cal challenge. I'm going to mail stuff out at 6/9. Nice.
Okay. Nice.
So I need 2 more people to do it and submit their names. I know it's late in the show. PJ, maybe make a little reel about this. Listen, go do the OK Podcast 50 cal challenge. Get to be number 69 and trigger the mass mail out of stickers.
Ooh. Let me see. 250 is 250 plates and shirts on there?
250 shirts are on the shrink.co. 250 plates
on the shrink
be
co,
notified.
but 250 plates you can notify if you want the 250 plates on there. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, put your email there. But also social media is there. So click those links, give us a follow, keep up with us on our various social media accounts that we are all very active on.
Jeff's live right now.
Jeff is live right now. We miss Jeff. Excited to have him back. Hopefully next week, because we were lost without him. So
We are.
we need our Sherpa to come back and lead these clowns around here. Coach, am I missing anything else?
I think that's good. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.